Today we will talk about the duality in the universe. We will talk about how it started, the current state, and the near future plans. But before we start, I will give super summary of what we talked on the first video, because that's the foundation. The universe is an environment and called setup. It's all made of consciousness. There is a spot, it's called concentrated consciousness, that created the universe and other existed places. The creation starts with that thought. So it was love, pure love for the universe. Then for the action, the experiment started, which was duality. So for the duality, something else came inside of the universe. So they are not beings or they are not aliens. They are something. I will describe it and then you will make a decision what we should call, because the language that we have is very primitive way of communication, so not everything has the names, but we somehow find a way to describe them. So this is another existed place. That's why I was not calling the another universe. So you can think that like our universe, right? Them as like a liquid something. It's not thin like a water, much thicker. And then it's a very shiny black, like you can think it's brand new car, or the just washed and then waxed car, the outside, very shiny black like that. And it's also very, very sticky. So this is how their place is. So what it came here is like, think about a glass of water and then one drop fell to the table, right? So that drop came to the universe. Not one drop, of course, more than one, but the description is basically shiny black, very sticky drops. So because they are liquid form, so they don't have like how the water drops shape, just like that. They don't have one specific shape. They're just they have different sizes. So this is the real dark side. So basically they are the ones to help to create the duality. They don't cover the whole universe entirely. We can think like for example a US map, right? There are some places like New York City is very crowded, but if you go to after Texas, when we were going to the west, there are places that's totally empty. So the universe is like that too. There are certain places that the dark side just ignores it because there's nothing. It's just there, the part of the universe, but just totally empty. Nothing exciting, nothing to play on. So I know there's a lot of places talking about the reptilians, and maybe it was just like, okay, 1 second, I'm confused. What happened to the reptilians? They are the, like the dark side, they are the bad ones, So what happened is, when the reptilians came to the earth, I actually saw some of them in my visions. They look very scary looking, very aggressive. So even if you never know anything about them, you will feel that there is nothing good will come out from them. They were scary, and then the people were scared, and then they start to see the bad things were happening by them. But there are some people, they were saying like, oh, you are the king, you are the ruler, you are the one, But there's a big capital letter but, that not all of them, I seen like one friendly one. So not all of them bad, but so in the beginning, the reptilians didn't respond right away. They waited because they knew that they were not the ones that powerful, and they didn't want to be in trouble and being hurt. But no response, no action from the real dark side, because that was actually perfectly worked for them. If you think about it, for example, we will not be scared of anything that not existed, or we will not fight with something not existed, or we don't do anything to protect ourselves from something not existed. So what we do is basically nothing. So that's what we do, like nothing. So that's so there is no resistance, no nothing. They work perfectly. They do whatever they want. So that plans were good when the humans focused on the reptilians. They were just did what they want, but that happened until the Starseeds came. I don't know for sure in this point that if all the Starseeds that came here knew about it, or just some of them, that but some of them had impact in their own planet, so they knew about it. But I'm not sure if there are other Starseeds they heard about it or they didn't know about it, but they still came here. So that's the one question mark. So of course the dark side also know that Starseeds knew about them, and that was a threat. So in history, actually, I just very recently learned that there was a event that that was the in history dark side behind it. I'm gonna make a new video about that one. I will give more details. So the fight was basically against the Starseeds. So this, of course, in history, the Starseeds try to warn the humans, try to protect, but when they are stopped and stopped and stopped, and years and years and years, eventually, like today, for example, there are people that they are struggling to get back their psychic abilities, who they are, what they are doing in this lifetime, what they were doing in the past. All those blockages, all those difficulties originated from them. Because if we were just live our lives here just like anybody else, just leave it and die and gone, there will be no resistance. So that's the their plan. This is specifically, I'm talking on the Earth, but their damage is all over the universe. So it came to a point that the balance is very off. So bad that the duality experiment is in danger, and there will be, if nobody does anything, the experiment will just fail, basically, and there will be, instead of duality, there is just one thing, just the dark side. So that's the so that there is a rescue plan for the universe, but the plan is not interact artificially, not directly. So the plan is doing in such a way that it will flow with the nature. So a new existed place is created by concentrated consciousness. So this will be their new home, and most of them will go there, but not all of them, because the duality experiment is not over in the universe. So some of them are still needed, but it's not this much destructive and damaging, just to maintain the duality. For the newcomers, that basically the door will close and then they will be directed to the new place. So there will not be more coming here. So it's like the kids. You cannot take just their toy and then give nothing. So we gotta give something, either the same the same level or the better than that, for in their mind. So the same thing is here too. They will lose us, so they need something to work on it. And also not all of them will go, some still stay, because duality experiment in the universe not finished yet. So the ones that they go, they need something, but in the same time there shouldn't be a being, there will be no more suffering, there will be no more pain, because that experiment is already has done here, so there's no repeat. So the solution is, since all the information is here, so this all information will be used for them to satisfy them. We can think like a movie, for example, when the moment that they were shooting the movie, there are actors and actresses and there's a background. I'm just talking about the classic way, but they were all real human beings. But when we are watching the movie, they are not there anymore, but everything looks real. And if we think that we were inside of the movie in that time, when we are watching it, right, we will be totally in a different reality, thinking that way, and so everything will look real to us. Just like there are some dreams that we see sometimes, it looks so real. There are people, there are some things happening, we're somewhere, we see all these details, but not really our current reality. But when we are inside of the dream, looks like everything's so real. So like that. So basically they will be against the holograms made of the information that in reality happened here, but they will not know about it because they will be in that reality, in that existed place. So they will do their own things, and they will see the result, the reactions and everything, because all this information here. Maybe like a movie editors knows better, like the whole footage you have, you're just like cutting and putting together in such a way that they will satisfy them. So that will create a new experiment for them, and also it will help to balance the universe. But in the same time, it will everything flow naturally. So this plan is, yes, interaction, but it's not like a direct out of sync interaction. It will more like a natural way. So the point is here, this is not a new information, and we already knew about it. We means, you know, we came here, so many of us came here for many times, but in many lifetimes we were blocked. And so when we heard that beautiful days are coming, and they are actually referring this event that the dark side is leaving and going to another place, that existed place. Then so the duality will be balanced here. For now, the most important thing is that a lot of starseeds are awakening, and it's increasing more and more starseeds are coming. So this is not a new information. We already knew this, and it's just about the accessing those information, accessing the memories. So more people will talk about this, and basically, you know, it's like if we are in a game and we don't know the rules, we cannot win and we cannot survive. And even if we don't know that there is a game, that's even worse. So basically acknowledging what it is and what is our position is. So that's the basically the point here. So for today, it's this much, and see you for next time.